Did you know that more than a third of all businesses are losing money? If that's you right now, you're in the same boat as more than a third of all small businesses. And what happens if they stay there? More than 50% go out of business in the first 5 years, or more than 90% in the first 10 years. I do not want that to be your future if you're on this path. There is a system that can help you build cash reserves, help you keep more of your profit, and help you actually build a business that is profitable. That's what I'm here to tell you about. Here's some hard truths for small business owners. Only 46% are profitable, so more than half are not profitable. Over a third are losing money, 35%, and then 19% break even. So if you fall on this side, you're in the same boat as most entrepreneurs. If you're on this side, you might not be getting the profit you really want, but that's because most entrepreneurs have a cash flow management issue, not a sales issue. Because a lack of profit doesn't necessarily mean a lack of revenue. You can drive revenue, you can drive cash and the sales and all that, but if you don't have a bottom line profit, that's a cash flow management piece. That's where you're probably prioritizing profit last. In a for-profit business, profit cannot come last. It can't be an afterthought. It can't be this event that we're looking forward to one day in the future, and I don't want that for you. I have a paper here of the most common reason why small businesses do not have profitability. And they list things like cash flow challenges, lack of market need or customer demand, the poor market fit or pricing strategy, inexperienced management. But honestly, what I see out there working with now hundreds and hundreds of small businesses and helping them from a financial leadership standpoint, I see that lots of people are good at making sales. They could get revenue in the door. But a lot of people, they skip the profitability and viability step. They go straight from making those sales to reinvesting every single dollar into systems, processes, people in order to scale the company, that wonderful word out there. But that, I'm telling you right now, if you don't build a profitability buffer from deal one, day one, sale one, it gets harder and harder the more you do. And then you start scaling and you're like, where did all my money go? So I believe the number one reason why businesses are not profitable is that they don't actually have, number one, a system for profitability, and number two, they reinvest every dollar hoping that as they get bigger, they'll be more profitable. But just getting bigger does not mean you get better. It means usually that you just grow the problems that you have at a smaller scale. So let's talk about the traditional formula versus the profit first formula. The traditional formula for business is sales minus expenses equals profit. I make a sale, I pay everyone else and their mother first, and profit is what's left over. It's an afterthought. This is where entrepreneurs will go out there, they'll make money, but then they wonder, where did all my money go? Why don't I have any to pay myself? Why don't I have dollars in the bank account? Why is my CPA telling me I have this much, but in the bank account, it's way less than what they're telling me I made on my profit? So this is where, if you have this formula baked into your business and profit is always last, then you will not build a business that serves you. Now, the traditional formula is sales minus expenses equals profit, but the profit first formula, this here, it just flips it on its head. It actually, you're going to just switch two places. It's going to be sales. So you're still going to put sales first, but minus profit to equal your expenses. And just that one simple change is going to completely transform your business, because now you make a sale and everything that you make goes first to your profitability and making sure you have the profit that you want in your business. And then what's left over is to grow the business. I'm not saying you shouldn't grow the business, you shouldn't reinvest, but I am saying you should protect yourself and your business. You should stop being reactionary and start being proactive. This is profit first is a business strategy. And I'm telling you right now, you probably have heard of this formula before, even if you haven't read Profit First. It's in books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or if you've read The Richest Man in Babylon, or if you've read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, they all say the same things. Pay yourself first, or a portion of all you have is yours to keep. Or in The 7 Habits, it's put first things first. Well, in a for-profit business, this is where profit has to come first. That you have to make the sales, you have to make sure you have revenue, but then profit comes first to make sure that you have the business that you want. Now I want to tell you how to actually make this formula a reality in your business, and not just something I'm saying up here or something that you've read in a book, but how do you actually start to implement this inside your business? So to make the profit first formula a reality in your business, here's the practical application, what the first steps are to do. This is what not to do. This is what most people have. They have one big bank account. I call it the black hole bank account. If you think about it like a real big bucket, you keep pouring money in, but then if you've got a bunch of holes, all that money leaks out. So this is where I want you to build a system where you're not only going to plug up the holes, you're also going to build a better bucket. I don't want you to have that black hole bank account. Money comes in and it all goes out and you're not sure where it all goes. Well, is it going to marketing, to payroll? Are you paying yourself anything? Did some go to Uncle Sam? Oh shoot, it's tax time. Do we even have money for that? This is where if you have one big bank account, it's going to hurt you not knowing where every dollar is going. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to erase that one big bank account and we're going to set up. Hey, thanks for watching the video this far. I wanted to tell you a quick secret. I'm giving you my book, Profit First for Real Estate Investing, for free. I'm going to be giving you a coupon code near the end of the video. So the link is in the description to grab my book. So after you get the coupon code, put it into that link, and then you will get my book, the ebook, and the audiobook completely for free. Now, back to the video. 5 core bank accounts, because Profit First utilizes the envelope method, telling every dollar where to go. So what's the first 3 bank accounts? The first one you'll never guess. Profit. So we have to make sure profit comes first. So that's the first account. Making sure you actually have a cash bank account called profit. Then from there, another bank account I would call owner's comp, or owner's compensation, making sure you're getting paid. This is to make sure the business is healthy. This is to make sure you are healthy and you're getting a steady paycheck from the business. The third of what I call the golden trio of bank accounts, the third one is the owner's tax account. So at tax time, you don't have to pull money from maybe your personal savings or go out there and make more sales in order to cover the tax bill. From every single sale you do, a small portion will go into the tax bucket. And I call this the golden trio. Why? Because just like big movies like Harry Potter, Star Wars, they have the 3 main heroes, right? Luke, Han, Leia, making sure good is winning. I want you to have 3 bank accounts, making sure you as a business owner are winning and actually getting to keep more money. Now, the other 2 bank accounts are really simple. One of them you already have. It was that black hole bank account. That would be down here. That would be OPEX, or operational expenses. That would be all the outflow of money. This is where you get to keep more of your money. This is where an account dedicated just to the outflow. And I will say the other one is income. Income. So you can see very clearly where all the money is coming into. So you make a sale and it gets wired right into the income account. Then you transfer it to the golden trio, what you want to take out in profit, owner's comp, and owner's tax. And then what you have left over goes to OPEX. And honestly, you might have to start small with only a couple percentage points in these golden trio as you're building this up and building the habit and building more of a profit buffer. Then OPEX is still there to make sure you can grow the business, pay the bills, all of that. But this is the simple system to be able to be intentional with every dollar and make sure you know where every dollar is going. You get to keep more and you get to start paying yourself something. This is where I want you as a business owner to start. If you're like, I have no control over my cash, I don't know where it's going, I'm not paying myself, I don't have reserves, this is how to start to build that system. Now you might be saying, David, this all sounds great. Profit first sounds amazing, but I'm unprofitable. Like, I don't have any profit to go around. So what do I do if I have an unprofitable business? Here's how it will help you. If you just start the system with where you can, even if it's just 1% to some of those golden trio bank accounts, to make sure you can put some away and the rest goes to OPEX. This is where it starts to force you to have good financial habits. It stops reactionary spending and it helps you prioritize the profit of the business and get back on track. It was bad habits that took you down the slope to have an unprofitable business. It's going to take some good habits to get you out of it. So that's where we see the most drastic turnarounds. We've seen people, there have been clients that have walked into our door where they thought they were profitable because they had a lot of cash in the bank. But when we looked at their actual numbers and where they were upside down. It's just because loans or other things had sustained them, but they were actually upside down, and they were like, what did we do? Well, they had some bad habits. They gave themselves a false sense of security. But from there, that was a guy that walked into our door, and he was literally like $270,000 in the hole, even though he had some money in the bank, not a ton, but it's because of all the loans and different things he had taken. And within a year, he was not only back in the black and on track, he was on track to pay his taxes on time for the very first time because he had a system in place. He had a super unprofitable business, but with knowing where every dollar was going and being intentional and then building the dollars and cents around what he wanted and around the profitability, that's what helped him get back on track. We've had people like that from all walks of life where they're doing like under 100,000 in revenue and they start to get ramped up. They doing under $1 million in revenue, and then they start to build the good habits, and then they blow past $1 million. I've seen this over and over again where it doesn't matter where you are as a business owner. If you're unprofitable or if you're profitable and want to supercharge it, if you're under $1 million, over $1 million, now is a good time because this system is all about good financial habits. So if you have an unprofitable business, now is the best time to get started so you can get out of your rat race. Profit is not the reward for working hard. It's the result of running your business on purpose and giving every dollar a name. That's where, if right now, it's not too late if you are not profitable. You can reach out to us, click the link below to either number one, get our Profit First cheat sheet or study guide. I want you to have everything you need to start getting up and running. Or number two, book a call with us. And this is all stuff that you can learn and you can implement. But if you need that accountability, if you need someone holding your hand, guiding you through to the end, click that link below, schedule a call with our team. We'd love to help you. And remember, make profit a habit and not just an event in your business.